I thought that it's gonna be like my first blog video. We were extremely fucking late. This was terrible. I was like, no, fuck. Like, first of all, thank you so much for my beautiful birthday. Hi there, my name is Maria, and today we're not going to talk about work and travel. Today I'll discuss you how you can screw up a whole trip, including your birthday, by just doing something wrong. However, if you're still interested in work and travel, how to apply for this program, what destination to choose, what job to choose, which job is going to bring you the most money, then you definitely can check out the previous two videos, which is exactly what I'm talking there about. As for my birthday of 24 years old, me and my boyfriend decided to go to Istanbul because Istanbul is my favorite city besides Barcelona. However, my boyfriend haven't visited Istanbul before, so we decided that Istanbul would be a great destination for my birthday. So we booked tickets, we booked hotel, we had everything ready. We had our flight at 9:30 in the morning. We woke up early. We were almost not late for the airport. And I actually started to record the video still in the apartment in the morning, which I was very excited about, and I thought that it's gonna be like my first blog video and it will be so cool. Good morning. We are getting ready to the airport. We are flying to Istanbul for my birthday. I got some hot tea. Everything you should know about us. We're always late. Literally it's 8:20, our flight is at 9:30. Well, we've been in the airport for an hour and a half now, and we were just told that our flight is late 1 hour, and I hope that we're not going to miss our layover in Bucharest. And as you can see, I'm here recording this whole video just because after we went to Oradea airport, where we were flying from, we had a layover in Bucharest. And the layover initially was supposed to be around 4 hours, so we planned to go to Old Town of Bucharest just because we thought that we have plenty of time. However, the flight from Oradea was delayed 1 hour. We got to Bucharest, we already had only 3 hours of layover, but we still decided that we'll manage to get to the Old Town of Bucharest and then back to catch the flight to Istanbul. So this is what we did. We went, we had a stroll around Old Town of Bucharest. However, we didn't take into consideration that the taxi from the Old Town to the airport gonna take forever because Bucharest is full of traffic. So we were extremely fucking late. Like literally, we got to the airport 35 minutes before our flight was scheduled to departure. So both me and my boyfriend, as soon as we got to the airport, we ran out of the taxi like wild, and we went to the security control because our luggage was already checked in. So we flew through the security control, we ran all the way to the gate. The boarding started in a couple of minutes, and at some point, somewhere in between, I realized that I have no phone on me. This was terrible. I was like, no, fuck, like I was literally thinking like I probably put it in my purse, or maybe I left it in my backpack, or maybe in one of the pockets, or maybe in one of the pockets that my boyfriend has, or in any other place. I just didn't want to think that literally I have no phone on me, because my phone is everything. I have there all my documents scanned, I have there all the phone numbers, I have all the reservations, I have there the boarding pass, I have there all the cards attached to my phone. And the most important thing is that I'm recording absolutely everything on my phone because it's an iPhone, it has a really good camera, and I have no other device that will be helping me to record all the videos, all the anything like TikToks, Reels, and so on. And especially at this very moment when I just started to record and edit videos on YouTube, and also started a new page on Instagram where I'm teaching how to make Reels and videos. So this was literally crucial for me to have my phone, especially for the trip of Istanbul, because Istanbul is great, because it's so colorful, just because you can record literally at every place there, because I was planning so many outfits, and I was planning so many places that we could visit and take pictures of everything, including couple pictures, pictures of ourselves, pictures of everything around, and videos including. And I wanted obviously to have a whole video of Istanbul and a whole video of my birthday separately. So literally in my dreams, it was a lot of things that I could do with my phone. And voila, my phone is just not on me. But I was already at the gate. So what I did is that I went on my Find Mine or something like the app that I had on my iPad. So I started to track my phone. And at that moment, I realized that most likely my phone fell when I was still in the taxi or when I was trying to get out of the taxi. So it could fall either in the taxi or it could fall on the ground when I was getting out of the taxi, because I remember that I got into the taxi with my phone went off, and then I didn't touch it until I almost reached the gate. So I had a pretty clear idea of where my phone is, and I started tracking it. I saw that it's in the parking lot of the other terminal. So I went to the gate and I told the personnel there, I told them, oh, I guess that my phone should be in the lost and found department because I just got off the taxi and then it's showing me that it's at the other terminal of arrivals. And they told me, yes, there is a lost and found department. So I asked them to call the lost and found department. They did it, but no one picked up. So I told them I'm going to run over there and pick up my phone because I'm more than sure that the taxi driver dropped it off there. And they told me, ma'am, the boarding is going to be over in 10 minutes. You're not going to make it because if you go there, you have to pass the passport control or something. Like you have to actually leave the airport, go to the other terminal, come back, pass again the security control and passport control, and then come back here for the boarding, and the boarding is going to be over. So I told them, no, I need my phone, and I was really desperate. However, they told me if I'm leaving, they're going to take my luggage off the plane and I'm going to miss my flight. So deciding between going to Istanbul or going to Istanbul with my phone or leaving my phone in Bucharest, I decided that I better go to Istanbul without my phone and not screw up totally my birthday. Obviously, I tried to figure out what is happening with my phone. That's why I was tracking it on my iPad. And as the personnel at the gate told me, oh, our lost and found department is at the arrival terminal, I was 100% sure that the taxi driver took it because he dropped us off at the departure terminal, took it to the arrival terminal, to the lost and found department. Although I was not sure. I mean, I couldn't check it because I had no contact with the driver. I ordered the taxi from my app, from my phone, so I didn't have the phone on me. My boyfriend couldn't connect to the chat or support through his app, so we had no contact of the driver or no contact with anyone from this taxi app. And we were also boarding at the same time, so literally we flew, like we took off, we flew to Istanbul. And as soon as we arrived to Istanbul, we didn't have signal, we didn't have internet, we didn't have a SIM card. So it took us another almost 3 hours to get to the hotel because the airport in Istanbul is on the outskirts of the city. So it took us a while to get from there to our hotel. And as soon as we got to our hotel, I decided to track again on my phone. So I tracked on it, and what a surprise, my phone is not in the airport anymore. So I was really frustrated. I was like, wait a minute, like my phone right now is traveling around Bucharest, what means that the taxi driver didn't take it out, didn't leave it at the lost and found department, that either the taxi driver didn't even notice that the phone is still in the car, or the taxi driver just decided that he can keep my phone because he knew that we flew away, right? So we're not in the country anymore. He could just keep the phone. So at some point, it stopped, like the phone stopped at a certain location and it stayed there overnight. What meant, in our opinion, that this is a location where the taxi driver lives. So we were still waiting of an answer from the taxi app. Or we texted, we sent them an email, but it was sent from my boyfriend's email. So in the morning, we woke up and my phone was already traveling around Bucharest because, as we deducted, that it is still in the taxi. So basically my phone was either with the taxi driver or underneath the seat somewhere in the taxi, and it was just traveling around Bucharest for the second day in a row. What a surprise, right? So at that point we realized that we need urgently to somehow contact the taxi app and let them know that the taxi driver has my phone, even if he knows about it. If he doesn't, for him to just be aware that I actually have an app that is tracking my phone, so I'm aware of where my phone is and that he actually has my phone still. So we received an email as a reply to my boyfriend's email that I'm the person who is supposed to send an email, that they're not going to give him any information because he's not the person who lost the phone. So I texted them, I sent an email from my email box, and their reply was literally so sarcastic and disappointing. They told me that they are not in charge of any lost item in the taxi, and they are not responsible of that item, and that they can't even take contact with the driver, with the employee, just because this is what the law probably says, or I don't know, they actually put in there some article from the law saying like, okay, we're not responsible of your personal item, but my request was just please contact the driver, because he might not even know that my phone is still in the taxi. And I asked already my godfather for him, in case if the driver of the taxi replies, for my godfather to go and pick up my phone. So they replied me once again, we are so sorry, but we can't help. In case if the taxi driver will reach us out and let us know that he has your phone, then we'll reach out to you. But in the case where we need you to contact him, we can't do it. And I obviously sent them another email because I was already on my birthday. I got really upset and I was like, come on, people, like, you are literally a big company, you have no office, you have no phone, no call center, nothing. Like, this is the only way that I could ever reach out to you, it's your email. And then it takes a while for you to reply to my emails, and afterwards you're saying me that it's not a responsibility, and my only request it was just literally to contact the driver and to let him know that he has my phone, and for him to return an item which is not his. After all of that, I finally got an email from the taxi app. It's actually Bolt, and they told me, all right, we have reached out to our driver and let him know about it, and we are waiting for an answer from him, and when we receive that answer from the driver, we'll let you know if he still has this phone. But just keep in mind that in case if he finds a lost object in his car, he's supposed to bring it to the police department within 10 days, and then the police keeps it for the next 6 months for you to come and pick it up. And obviously, me not being in Bucharest, not even planning to come back to Bucharest after my trip in Istanbul, for me the police section was not an option at all. I didn't want it to come to the police and then for me to have to go there, explain them the whole situation. It was just a whole mess. So because I'm not sure, but my phone was off, it has no battery, it had no battery, so I'm not sure if that's the reason why I lost track. But I guess that this app of tracking your Apple device is only valid for 24 hours. So when 24 hours were over, which was the next day in the afternoon, I lost track of my phone, and I literally saw for the whole morning until the afternoon how my phone was still traveling around Bucharest, which was really upsetting. However, I contacted my godfather. My godfather tried to find their office because Bolt claimed that they have an office in Bucharest. He went there, and guess what? Nothing. There was no office there. So he reached out to another friend of his. He asked for help from his friend. His friend told me, all right, I guess that you contacting and reporting this to the police is a good idea because it's an iPhone, it's an expensive phone. Maybe they will take this case into consideration and they will start working on it. But my godfather was still saying that this is not an option because the last time he lost his wallet and phone, no one cared. So eventually our last option was just to ask my godfather to check out the address that we tracked the night before, where the driver stopped for the whole night, which was actually his address. I mean, this is what we were assuming. So I asked my godfather to drive there. He drove there in the evening. He found the car in the parking lot because I remembered the number of the car and I remember the name of the driver. That's why I was literally begging the girl or whoever was that assistant in the Bolt chat. I was literally begging them, like, please contact the driver because I know his name and I know the model of the car and I know the number of the car. So I literally remembered all the information besides his number, and this is the only thing that I was missing to directly contact the driver. So either way, that evening my godfather drove to that place. It was a giant building of apartments. He found in the parking lot that car and he left a message like, please call me back urgently because I guess that I forgot my phone in your car and I was a client of yours, like in Bolt app. The next morning, thanks God, the taxi driver contacted my godfather and let him know, like, okay, I have your phone. Yes, this is a purple iPhone. And he literally dropped it off at my godfather's house, which was impressive. Like, I am so much grateful for that taxi driver that he didn't decide to keep my phone, that he was eager to help, that he contacted back my godfather and he returned my phone. However, I'm missing my SIM card. Literally, I have no clue what the fuck happened with my SIM card. It was pulled out of my phone. And another thing is that I had a symbol, like a money symbol, which was a dollar in the shape of a triangle, and I had a picture, a tiny picture of my friends with a cute message on the back that was given to me by a friend of mine, and it was not in the case anymore because my phone was literally in a transparent case with both those things behind. They were not in my case, so honestly I have no clue what happened. I'm not sure if someone actually tried to do something to my phone and realized that it's tricky and that won't work. I have no clue, but I'm very grateful that I finally received my phone back. So after my godfather got the phone, I spent my birthday, I spent another 2 days in Istanbul, and I went back to Moldova, to my home country, to visit my family. So I asked my godfather to go to the bus station where the buses from Bucharest to Chisinau leave, and to pass this phone through a bus driver to Chisinau. So this is eventually how I received my phone when I was back in Chisinau. Was I upset at the beginning? A lot. Especially it was my birthday, especially the thing with the YouTube and my new Instagram page. Either way, when I got to Istanbul, I thought maybe it is the time when I just literally need to let all the social media go and just have some time with myself, with my boyfriend, just to share these beautiful moments in Istanbul, to discover the city, especially that I know quite well the central part, so I didn't need that much of a GPS and I could orientate myself easily in the city. And I literally had already a list on my mind of what things and what places I should show to my boyfriend and what places I would like to go repeatedly and see in the city. So my birthday in overall passed beautifully, thanks to my boyfriend. He did a really cute surprise for me in the morning, and I was really happy about that. And then we had an amazing breakfast. After breakfast, we walked a lot around Istanbul. We went to Sultan Ahmed Square, which I definitely recommend you visiting if you are in Istanbul. And this is this is one of the biggest tourist attractions there in the city. Also, Hagia Sophia, which is another wonderful, now a functional mosque. We also went to, if I'm not mistaken, we went on Galata Tower. Yeah, and we had and wonderful sunset from there. And in the evening, which I was very, very happy about, and I was dreaming about it, we went for a boat tour, and that boat tour was including a Turkish show with dances, with fire, with music, and also dinner and also drinks. So it was literally incredible. Like, I totally admired the day, and I had brilliant memories from this day, even though probably I was still missing my phone a little bit, just because I wanted to record all those memories. But I still consider that it's more important for you to keep everything in your mind, in your heart, just to have all those memories, to actually live the moment, to share it with your beloved person, and to just actually be there and not to think that, oh, I need to record all of that and so on. However, I still had my iPad with me, thanks God, and I managed to record some of the videos that I'm going to attach right now. Now my phone is finally back, as you already understood, which I am very excited about. That's why I can finally record this video and share with you all the experience that I have had for my birthday and all the experience that happened with my phone. Either way, I guess that I just would like to encourage all of you to share more time with beloved people, to try to stay more in the moment than on your phone. And actually, when I got to Istanbul and I had on my mind that, okay, you have no phone, you're not going to grab any videos to record literally anything for your Instagram or YouTube, I was not that upset, because I thought, like, okay, this is the moment when I can challenge myself, when I can actually make my brain function and remember places I've went, remember transportation I've used, or just to literally follow people or try to figure out by yourself with your own mind where to go, what place you want to visit. Maybe there is a map, maybe there is a sign, maybe there are people, like try to communicate with the people. I know there are not many people who speak English in Istanbul. I was even prepared for that. I was like, okay, this is not going to be easy. It's going to be a lot challenging, but this is the moment when you can like actually live, be in the moment, stop scrolling your phone, stop just looking this Instagram or whatever, just like be right there, live your experience, discover the city by yourself, remember the places you went before, remember how you got there. And I also tried to show Istanbul to my boyfriend, and I really wanted him to like the city because this is my favorite city, and who knows, maybe in future I would like to live there. So I need to convince him that this city is wonderful, and there are lots of things that you can see, lots of things you can do. There are lots of means of transportation that you can use, and there are just so many restaurants, cafes. There are lovely, kind people that are eager to help you, that you are not lost if you have no phone or GPS or internet, that you still can figure out your way. I'd like my boyfriend to share his experience in Istanbul and his first opinion and first impression about this wonderful city. Yeah, Mom. Did you like Istanbul? What the experience?
Mi amor, just that. Okay, hello everyone.
Okay, here we are with my boyfriend. First of all, thank you so much for my beautiful birthday in the city. Literally, my birthday was amazing, and I'm so much grateful that some of my dreams came true exactly on this day, and it was just due to this beautiful person.
So finally, she convinced me to be in her videos.
That's true. He's literally opposing to everything, to all the social media integration.
But what can I say? I mean, like when I arrived, it was kind of special feeling because I have some Turkish blood. It was like 10 generations ago,
But still.
So it was kind of special feeling, and that mixed with our journey looking for Maria's phone, it was a little bit crazy. But in general, it was a good impression. It's a really beautiful place, and I think that you can really enjoy it. The people there remind me a little bit the people from my country, you know, so this kind of free spirit that is giving good energy around, and that is also giving you moments where you are crossing the street like in the middle of the
Yes,
like not going in the crosswalk. But yes, in general, I really like it. The Turkish delights are like really good.
Quite sweet.
Yes, I'm not much into candies, but those ones are like really good.
Try baklava and try some rolls. I don't know how those rolls are called, but they're delicious.
So yes, I think that they have like many places that you get charm from them, and the mosques are like really nice now. They are all over around, but every time we were walking with Maria, I was saying her like, okay, let's go inside and let's enjoy this. So yes, for sure, I think that if you were looking forward to convince me to move there in the future, somehow you did it. So
yeah, Istanbul has over 2,000 mosques, and it was actually the first time that my boyfriend saw the mosques, because he's not familiar to the Asian or Middle East architecture. So it was for the first time, and actually Istanbul is literally mosques at every step or every corner you can find a mosque.
So that's it.
And obviously he didn't mention that Istanbul specifically has a beautiful mixture of the European style and Asian style, European architecture and Asian architecture, European behavior and more of, I would say, Asian behavior, which is wonderful to just notice and observe in a journey.
I mean, I always knew that Turkey was in the middle of Europe and Asia, but I didn't know that you can do this connection between like both of them in the same city. So that's a really unique experience also, you know, like because you are living from Europe and
That's
literally
really
you are
awesome.
in Asia and it's the same city. So yes, it's really
Yeah,
good.
you can literally be on two continents almost at the same time, and it's all united by the same city.
So
That's
I guess that's all. Finally, I did it. Bye.
Okay, thank you so much for your attention. I'm very happy that I convinced my boyfriend to join
Okay,
me,
thank you so much.
and and I'm happy that he managed to share his impression with you. And I guess in this way, maybe I somehow convince you to visit Istanbul now. Even though I'm not Turkish, I have nothing related to Turkey or to Istanbul itself, but I'm just a big fan and lover of this city, and I'll definitely love you visiting the city. And maybe some of you already visited it and you could just share your opinion, your experience in Istanbul in the comments down below. Thank you so much for your attention. Once again, take care of your personal items. Don't lose your phone, iPad, your wallets, any valuable personal items. Take care of them. Stay tuned on my channel. Also, spend more time with your family, with your beloved. Forget about scrolling in your phone all the time. Your phone is not your life, even though it feels so. I know that. But the people who are surrounded, who are around you, and the people who you love are actually your life. So don't stay all the time in your phone. But don't forget to check out my videos, this video, the previous videos, and I'm really grateful for you being on this channel, for you listening to all my experiences. Thank you very much. Bye.